So you mentioned one thing about the drinking of the water, and that's a very common thing. People are like, "Oh, it's cold. I don't need to drink as much." You absolutely need to drink as much
Then you
as
drink
you would.
more.
You're right, because you're working harder,
Mhm.
like you mentioned, like you're using all these stabilizing muscles that you're not used to. Your hips, the balance, the ankles, everything is moving and working a little bit harder than if you were to just run on dirt trails or a flat road. And so you have to replenish your body. And that's been one thing that's been hard for me, is to try to perfect the drinking when you're in these cold environments. And I've done pretty good. I think I went through 4 liters of water yesterday, which, is probably still not enough, but
Yeah,
that's what we had.
yeah.
But I did drink a lot at the checkpoint stops, and so I wouldn't say it was another liter between all the stops, but maybe probably another half liter, so 4.5 liters in all the race. So, because my bladder was pretty much empty when I got to the 17 mile, and I don't know what it's like now, but I think it's pretty low. So I was able to, but I practice that a lot. Drinking, that's kind of a thing. But you have to practice it when you put into these, and put into this environment, because yeah, you can go a long ways without drinking, but then when you put yourself in a bind, it's gonna be hard to pull yourself out of that.
Mhm.
And another thing is like how fast things can happen. Like,
Yeah.
let's just say something did happen. Like, I fell in that hole and I twisted my ankle, and like we're having to, we were moving when we were walking, we were power hiking at a 16, 17, 18 minute pace. But if we're walking at a 30-minute pace, that's a lot different. You're not using as much heat to warm yourself, and you're gonna
Yeah.
start getting cold. You had your gloves off for 5 minutes trying to warm defrost your bite valve, and like your hands were really cold and
Mhm.
almost to the point where you were hurting,
Yeah.
and so it's like things can happen so fast, and it can get dangerous quickly.
Yeah, I think that was, always something in the back of your head too when you're out there. As soon as we got out of the truck, I was like, "Oh shit, it's cold. Like we got to get moving."
Yeah.
And you look around at other people, and it's not. There wasn't like a lively start line like you usually get in summertime. Where people are jumping up around. Everyone was like, "Let's just fucking go. Let's like say go so we can start getting warmed up." You can just see the look of determination on people's faces, like, "Let's go." And people were sitting in their cars right till it was time to go.
Hmm.
Then I really think you probably, like you said, probably need more. I should have need more water in these winter ultras because of um. And it got to some points where I could feel myself sweating, and that's not good. So open up some ventilations and jackets and slow down some. Uh, but once you slow down some, Justin was saying you can get cold. So you got to, it's a fine line the whole way. Uh, Luckily, we didn't run into any of that. Besides, I never had low point really.